This is Heather Lockett with Lasting Conversations. I'm here in Massachusetts, just enjoying the day. It's been really amazing. And I have a question for you, wherever you are around the globe. Have you ever caught yourself realizing that perhaps you've been setting up little breadcrumbs, a little path along your own path, things that might not make sense to you? I have been gifted certain awarenesses in my journey. You know that I've been traveling a lot, and a lot of that had to do with the pause and being out in the world and going within and seeing amazing sights along the way. On the broader construct of what I'm talking about has to do with some certain flashbacks. And I was gifted some of these earlier today, and one of which even brought some tears to my eyes, where I saw a flyer having to do with circus arts, and that reminded me of raising my son, et cetera, et cetera. But mostly, it was reminding myself of myself along the way. And sometimes it feels like our lives could be tanking or expanding or taking these crazy circuitous routes that can leave us dumbfounded and confused. And on, again, with that broader context, the world right now feels like it's kind of dazed and confused and in a bit of a swirl. And of course it is. So the gift, though, the gift of these moments of self-awareness and the dots along the way of these seemingly circuitous routes is to know, where I've talked about, to thine own self be true, and our soul's own calling and our own voice, and things that we may have forgotten about ourselves while we were growing up, while we were teenagers, while you're still a young person and you have yet to met your older version of yourself and you're forging your own path. And this is where I was coming from today. It was that remembrance of, oh, wait a second. I'll be entering my 62nd year. Actually, well, I'll be turning 62 soon as the month of March starts. And where I'm kind of circling back into new chapters, where it feels like I'm kind of back in my 20s. The gift being, I was in my 20s, but now I get to reframe and come from a whole different space that I hadn't quite recognized when I was in my 20s. It feels like I'm not saying much, but truly what's happening right now for myself, for all of us, are these continued invitations of looking deeply and deeply and deeply within, finding these heart spaces, having these aha moments, having these pauses. Our friend Gail Walker was with us last week, and she's absolutely amazing. And during our session together came this moment that was extraordinary, where she was talking about the act of pause, but truly the space where you're, as a trapeze artist, you let go, and the space between when you're holding on to the next rung. But there's a safety net. Someone is going to catch you, and you are catching yourself because you have trained for this. So this is what was bringing up within me, and within understanding that we are never truly alone, even when we feel that we're in our depths. We have people, earth angels among us. We have the angels in the etheric, that people always have our back. And we have our own backs that can feel, again, maybe we've lost touch. Some people who are feeling a certain way have felt that they have lost touch. This gets back into lasting conversations, being that soft place to land and creating a space for resources for people to understand that you are not alone and that you are okay. And this is where you can come to find some solace and some help and to remember yourself. So I was gifted some within that too is that invitation to step out of your comfort zone. So this is where my own trapeze act, if you will, has been nothing but that faith walk, the stepping out of comfort zones. Florida girl being frozen in winter, but the joy of that as well, and the joy of meeting new people along the way and having different conversations. Sometimes they're difficult conversations, and I'm about to have one with that I'm not quite ready for, and that's just it. I could sense that I was hesitant to record today because there's going to be another leap, something into the unknown, because I haven't had what feels like my ducks in a row. I saw somebody post about ducks, and if we waited to have the ducks in a row, we would never do anything. And again, the invitation of understanding that life is our choice ultimately. Within that too, though, where is it leading beyond us, where it feels like it's not a choice, but it's really what your soul truly is calling for you to be nourished. So, one of the gifts today had to do with being with other folks from all walks of life and different cultures and different age groups and beautiful beings who they are multi-gendered and they have embraced that and they know that. And that is a beautiful thing. One was even talking about how in the animal kingdom, there are animals that genders aren't really necessarily a big deal. And where males or females sing a different song, it all comes together because nature knows what it's doing. And we as adults are afraid of the earth and afraid of what's getting burnt down and afraid of what's happening. But I'm always reminded that go back to nature. And we can be good shepherds and good stewards. And we can voice and take good care. That said, nature knows what it's doing, and it knows that it's an evolutionary time. And to make room for new growth, certain things do need to burn away or come extinct or whatever that might be. But know that to their own selves be true. And that's okay too. So going back to these younger people, I could say next generation, I keep being gifted and gifted and gifted, knowing that these days shall pass and the babies are coming and they know that they're here as our next set of what humanity is going to be. And we adults can have that opportunity to be the bridge builders and welcome them with open arms and know that we're going to change education. We're going to change all of the systems that really haven't been working. They work to a certain point, but now they have not been working. And so we listen to these kids. We're going to listen to what they need. They're here to bring forward what we all now need. So those of us in an older generation, it's time to really listen to what's happening. That said, I'm team human, and some other generations, they may have been co-opted a bit, but that is their journey. And we can remember our own lane and our own choice. And a lot of people are going to have their own choices. And where can we find the areas of forgiveness and spaciousness to take these little bit of pause and maybe allow somebody to blow off steam or allow somebody to do something that might not seem very good. That said, we also do get to rise up and have our voice and have our self-commitment. And what does that mean for us as a person? What does that mean in our household? What does that mean in our community? What does that mean in our broader community? these are the things that kind of give me hope and joy. Sometimes it can be very disconcerting. You hear things on the news and you go, oh my God, that really has hurt my heart. And I don't understand. The things like war, I've never understood. But sometimes people do have to defend themselves, and I give space for that. So here I am in Massachusetts, all very patriotic. And this is where things are happening, and things across this planet are happening. And people are making their own personal decisions. Again, how do we want to live? What kind of governments do we want to have? What are the voices? Who are we taking care of? How are we reshaping ourselves? And across the globe, the very same questions are happening. I'm so pleased that this show, Lasting Conversations, which is so far beyond me, it's not even about me. It's about this ripple effect, but it has been rippling across this globe. And over 50 countries it's landed. And I think it is over 500 cities around the world. So something is working. Something is working to know that we can have the messaging that this is a soft place to land. You are your own soft place to land, whether you are a kick-ass rebel or a gentle teddy bear or a combination of both. This is the rainbow colors. This is what makes us fun and accessible and human and delightful. Today and every day, to thine own self be true. And recognize the hum. The planet is humming. The earth and the stars. There's music there. Try to tap in and listen and sing a joyful note. Have some fun. Do a little dance. I'm now, oh, my head is swimming with so many songs. So, right now, at the end of February in 2025, we're leading into March. We're leading into spring. This is part of this in-between time. We're going to be having lunar eclipses and time changes, and the sun is going to be out longer. But depending on where you are in the world, maybe it'll be the opposite, and your days are going to be turning more into winter time. So, have fun. Hug your neighbor. Hug yourself. Hug your neighbor. Have a different conversation with someone that is unexpected. You never know the gift that you will receive. And most importantly, enjoy these lasting conversations, because these days are beautiful. And we are such gratitude to wake up and breathe and share and be together on this planet. Happy days, everybody. This is Heather Lockett with Lasting Conversations, getting to the heart of everything.